Hello, my name is Megan, and this is my video for my IPP project for my Integration of Concepts class. And I chose to do my project on depression and strategies that can help you with your depression. I did this by getting together with my nurse manager. We threw around several ideas, but landed on this idea because I noticed that it really hadn't been taught about on our unit thus far. And I thought it was a worthwhile topic to teach the patients because it helps them to feel enabled that they can do something on their own behalf and not just solely rely on medication. So I did a lot of research and eventually created this little pamphlet here. And I used this pamphlet as my educational tool and did 3 education groups over the course of 2 days. And basically what I did was I developed a pretest, and I did the education group and then administered a post-test. And so how that worked was the pretest was asking the patient to rate their comfortability and strategies to deal with their own depression. And it was on a 1 to 4 scale. And then the next question was, can you list a couple of things that can help elevate your mood and make you feel better? And so they filled that out and they turned it in, and then we did the education class. And so I used the pamphlet as a tool, and I tried to keep the topics short and simple and things that were easy to implement in their lives. We touched on meditation and spirituality. We talked about the benefits of exercise in helping the mood. And then we talked about how much sleep affects your mood and your ability to deal with stress. And we touched on a few sleep hygiene tips. And then I had a helpful tips portion of the back of the pamphlet because there were several things that came up in the research that were really helpful, but they just didn't fit into any particular category. So I just did a helpful tips part on the back of the pamphlet that they actually found very, very helpful. The teaching took about 20 minutes, 25 minutes, and at the end of the group, I passed out a post-test. And the post-test repeated the questions of the pre-test. You know, can you rate your comfortability on a 1 to 4 scale? And can you list 2 things that you can do to help your mood? And then there was a third question. It was true, false. Has this teaching exercise been beneficial for you? So the average went from pre-test 2.4, post-test was 3.16, I believe. And there was a lot of difference in people being able to list their interventions to help their mood. After the teaching, they were able to list several things that we touched on in the group, and then you could tell that some people got more out of some topics than others. And then there's the true-false question as to whether or not they found the teaching exercise helpful, and that was actually 100%. Everybody circled true on that. As a part of my project, I went over the teaching material that I'd come up with my nurse manager, and she came back to me later and she said that she was really impressed with the material and the ease of understanding, and she suggested that we actually put it through to the department that reviews that sort of thing at the VA and see about getting the approval to make it a normal piece of educational material on our unit, which was very flattering to know that that she thought that much of the research that went into my little pamphlet. So overall, it was a very great project to do, and I was happy with the topic, and I felt like this is something that's really worthwhile to my patient population, and bonus if it's something that gets permanently placed on the unit. So overall, I think it was great. A lot of people stopped me at the end of the group and said, you know, thank you for taking time to talk with us, and shook my hand and that sort of thing. So I was really overall satisfied with the project, and think that it's been beneficial to the patients. And it's helped me to work with my nurse manager in a new and different way. So overall, great. Good to have the one of the last projects of school done. Okay, thank you.